Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Tune Up Tuesday. Yes, that day of the week we look at tuning up our lives just a little bit. But today we're going on a road trip. But before we go on the road trip, we have to get the mindset tuned up and ready for the road. So are you ready? What I want to know is, how are you tuning up your day? If you don't have any ideas, let's give you some with our road trip mindset tune up. Yes, we're going on a road trip, but first we got to get the mindset ready to go. So are you ready? Okay, number one, we got six tune up tips for you to get the mindset tuned up, ready for a road trip. So number one, getting road trip ready. Looking at your dashboard, are there any warning lights showing up? Is there that big red one over in the corner that's going flash, 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 flash? Do you know what that one is? That one comes up when you have been sitting in your comfort zone for too long. Oh, the cobwebs have set in. We need to shake out those cobwebs. We need to get ready. We need to look at stretching ourselves just a little bit to get outside that comfort zone. That comfort zone can get a little too comfy. When we get in the comfort zone, we ain't going to go nowhere. So we need to say, okay, draw that line in the sand. Paint that line on the driveway, whatever it is that you've got to step across to get out of your comfort zone and get ready to go on an incredible trip. Number two is using the right fuel. And by this, I mean feeding your mind, body, and soul good nutrition, good exercise. I'm working on that, on both of those, nutrition and exercise. I've just finished the 30-day health challenge, and I am still continuing it. Looking at more ways that I can get healthy. I just finished a raw chocolate course, which is all done with raw ingredients, no cooking required. Well, there's a bit of heat up required, but that was from the hot chocolate. So you can have hot chocolate. You can't have hot chocolate if it's not hot, unless you are at Serendipity 3 in New York and you're having a frozen hot chocolate. Those are amazing. Anyway, so good nutrition, good exercise, and listening to inspiring audios, watching inspiring videos. TED Talks are always a good thing. I love watching the TED Talks. Inspiring audios. I love listening to biographies and hearing people's stories, their journeys, how they've overcome obstacles that they've faced along the way, the challenges they've faced, the lessons they learned. I love all of that. Books. Oh my gosh. I am a bookaholic. I read like crazy. I just finished rereading Super Attractor by Gabriella Bernstein, and I'm about to start her new book, which just came out. Hang on, what's that one called? That's a good question. What is that one called? I got it right here. Nope, that's not it. There it is. What's this one? Happy Days, about overcoming the guided path from trauma to profound freedom and inner peace. So this one's only just come out, so I am looking at reading that. So another good thing. So there's books, there's meditation, there's practicing gratitude, there's learning something new, anything that will help you expand the mind and get that good fuel, the right fuel going in, so you can go out and have an amazing life. Checking your brakes. Number 3, checking your brakes. This is where you get your thoughts, hopes, dreams out of your head and onto paper. I have so many, I've got this one, who's this one? This is my fun one. I got another one down here. Oh yes, I got another couple, about 3 or 4 down there. I've got journals all over the place. I have got notepads like this. I have got journals, all different shapes and sizes, all over the place. They've all got different things in there, from ideas, dreams, hopes, mind maps. I should put it down here. I have a case that has in it untold, I don't even know how many are in there, over 100 gel pens, all different colors. I've even got variegated gel pens, so as you're writing, the ink color changes, which is really cool. I've got some that have got that are metallic. I've got some that are sparkly. I've got regular gel pens in there. Then here on my desk, I have, just for daily use, I have colored pens here. This is just some of them. I got different colored pens here. I've got highlighters, all different colors, sticky notes. You know that I'm a post-it-aholic. But anything you can use to get it out of here, get it onto paper, because when it's on paper, it sticks better and it helps you get organized. Which, if you know me, you know I'm not the most organized person around, but I try. I get better at it every single day. I am statements, great for getting up and going each morning. I have I am statements on the cabinet under overhead cabinet above my bed, so I read them every night before I go to bed, and I read them in the morning when I get up. So that's number one, is getting road ready and getting out of that comfort zone. Number two is the right fuel. What are you inputting into the brain? Because what you put in helps set your thoughts, and whatever thoughts you are portraying, that is what you're going to attract to you. Then checking the brakes, it's getting those thoughts, hopes, and dreams out of your head onto paper and journal, and then using that information for number 4, which is mapping your trip. Ask questions like, how can I get this done? What is the next thing to do? So that's not just saying, well, how am I going to do this? No, how can I? There's a big difference between saying, well, how am I going to do this, to how can I get this done? Because now you're putting yourself that you're going to get it. You've already committed that. Now you're going to get it done, but how are you going to get it done? And then what is the next thing to do? So that's mapping the trip. So it's taking those thoughts, those ideas, those dreams, putting them into a roadmap that you can then follow. So you're mapping out your trip. Whew. You excited yet? Where are we going? Where are we going? I know I write out my birthday resolutions every year on the eve of my birthday. My birthday's in December, so at the beginning of the month. So I've already got a month's head start on people setting New Year's resolutions. But when you get that mind map going, it is incredible about how things start appearing in your life. When you commit to those resolutions, well, once I made the commitment to those resolutions, I wrote them down in detail, like specific detail. Like where my log cabin, I don't know where it's going to be located. I just know it's going to be on the shore of a lake. And there's going to be trees surrounding it. There's going to be a path, and it's going to have this huge wraparound porch. So you can sit out there in the middle of thunderstorms and snowstorms, and you can just sit there wrapped up in a blanket, and you can just watch it all unfold in front of you, and you're not going to get wet, not unless the rain's coming in horizontally. Then you might get wet. But, I want at least a 10-foot wide porch, 10 to 12-foot wide porch wrapping around my log cabin, and then having a path that goes through to the barn, which is actually a B&B, along with RV pads there, and that's all part of the B&B over there. So you're getting very specific about what you want, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff on there as well. And surprisingly enough, they're all starting, the manifesting of them is all starting to happen because I have my map. And then number 5 is topping up the gas tank. As you're going along on your trip, you're going to need to top up your gas tank. And that is in giving back, whether it's donations to a charity, whether it's volunteering for a charity or a good cause, mentoring others, not charging them to mentor them, but mentoring others. It could be going into an organization or into something like a shelter and helping mentor. If you've been through the system with shelters and have experience in that, why not use those experiences to turn around and mentor those who are going through similar situations to what you've been through? I do that mentoring through an organization called Immerman Angels, and they pair me up with other caregivers, and I mentor those other cancer caregivers on things with their loved ones and stuff, just an ear for them, just letting them know what my experiences have been, so that maybe my experience will help them. And it's no cost to me except for some time just to sit and listen to somebody. So that's topping up the gas tank. And finally, number 6, no road trip is complete without souvenirs. You got to gather those souvenirs along the way. So don't forget to stop and treat yourself to some pampering, like a massage, a manicure, a pedicure, a facial. How about buying a new shirt or top, or a new pair of shoes? I know I've got some shoeholics out there. Take yourself out to lunch or dinner or even breakfast. Take yourself out for a cup of coffee. Go to the movies or the theater. I love live theater. So one of these days I'm going to treat myself and take myself to see a musical or a play. I don't know which yet. nothing's piqued my interest too much yet, but we'll see. But, go to the movies or the theater, buy new plants for the office to help brighten it up. And I know that there's different plants out there that help with different thought processes and things, or help inspire different mental attitudes and stuff. There's a whole thing that you can do on what sort of plants to have to attract this or attract that. And again, based on all the light that you have in your office as well. I do not have any live plants in the RV because I tend to kill plants. As much as I love nature and I love getting outside and I love gardens, I did not inherit the green thumb that my parents have. I had one grandmother who had a very big green thumb. She had amazing gardens with amazing roses in there, and she could grow African violets in any weather. I did not inherit that. My mother's got a green thumb, not me. So I just I go for walks in nature as part of my souvenirs. Go for walks in nature and stuff so that I can admire the work that everybody else has done, and I don't need to do it, but I can go and do it. Maybe it's buying new piece of sports equipment for a sport that you like golf or bowling or curling. I know some of the strange things that pop into my head, but take yourself. The souvenirs are taking time out for yourself and rewarding yourself in some way. It could be, like I said, going for a walk in nature. Down in San Diego, they just had the Cherry Blossom Festival. It may still be going in the Japanese gardens that they've got there at in San Diego, and they've had all the beautiful cherry blossoms. The Cherry Blossom Festival is coming up in DC. All the cherry blossoms around the tidal basin there, just absolutely stunning and amazing to walk around. And so it could be just going out for a day and doing something like that. So those are your 6 things. I know I went through them really, really, really quickly, but you've got things like getting ready for the road trip, which is stepping out of your comfort zone, looking at that red flashing warning light because you've been sitting in your comfort zone for too long, get out of it. Putting the right fuel into your body, mind, and soul with good nutrition, exercise, inspiring audios, videos, books, meditation, gratitude, learning something new. Checking the brakes, which is getting those thoughts out of your head. It's releasing the brakes on your thoughts, getting them out of your head. And some people sit there and type on the computer, but I will tell you, it is scientifically proven that this, or a pencil, and this works the best. And even if you can't read your own handwriting, it doesn't matter. It's out of your head. If you're a Harry Potter fan, think of, was it Dumbledore takes the pensive and taps his head and has the thoughts that come out of his head into the pensive so he can keep those memories. That's kind of like what you're doing with the pen and the paper, to put it into those that like Harry Potter. But you can do it with, you don't have to write it. You can draw it. You can mind map it. You can use sticky notes. You can color code. There are so many different colored pens. I got to bring down my gel pen collection at some point, but I use them for coloring. Mapping out your trip, asking the questions, how can I get this done? What is the next thing to do? Number 5, topping up the gas tank by giving back to charity, volunteering, mentoring, anything like that, where it's giving of yourself and your time or your resources. And then, of course, number 6 is no trip is complete without souvenirs. So it's taking that time out to treat yourself to something special just for you. So that's our road trip, the mindset tune-up for today. So what are you going to do to tune up your day today and go out and let us know in the comments below, because I'm always curious to see what people do for mindset tune-ups. I'm always looking for different ideas and that to share with others. Share your ideas. It's always good to get out there and share ideas, because you might pick up something new from somebody else and learn something new. With me, you never know. But anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys back here around 6 p.m. Pacific time this evening. Hey, konera.